Welcome back. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Ty.
And we are here today with a beautiful guest, Ashley.
Hello.
Came all the way from Lawton just to spend the day with us, and it's been an amazing day. Thank you guys so much for driving up here.
Thank you for having us.
Over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. So tell the patients out there, we want to get this amazing product out there. Want them to know what you got going on.
So I make a salve and a transdermal roller ball. They are coconut oil based, and they also have mango butter in them, which gets it all the way through your transdermal. Has a great smell of lavender, eucalyptus, and peppermint. I went with peppermint because when I'm hurting, my muscles are hot. And they feel very inflamed. Right. And so I went with peppermint because I felt like it had a really nice cooling effect for my, just whatever it is I needed. Yeah. Because I essentially made it for myself. I just wasn't finding anything that was working for me at the time. And I just needed, the salve was my first thing. I just really needed that salve.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
That's cool.
And the consistency on it.
It's very thick. I made it thick because I want it to last. You're going to have it on your side table for a few months. So it's probably going to be an initial cost, but it is a good quality product. I get everything through an apothecary. I tried to do a lot of research, and my main focal point was something that was going to relieve inflammation.
Nice.
Because if you can relieve the inflammation in your body, you're going to fall asleep.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So
100%. That's awesome.
Cool.
That's awesome. So the consistency of it is, it doesn't leave an oily film.
It doesn't. So
I like that.
I just like that it just sucks into your body. It just goes in with a lotion. When you put a lotion on and you start to sweat, you ever noticed you kind of get this gloss? Whatever it is in lotion, I don't know. Kind of all lotions do that to me. But a salve, for some reason, it just gets all the way through and it soaks all the way in. So then you're not worried about it getting on your clothes. Now, if you put your clothes right on afterwards, obviously it'll get on there, but it does sink all the way through. And it goes to where you need it to. But I always tell people, put it where it hurts, but also take a little bit, put it in your belly button, because you've got 22,000 nerve endings in your belly button, and it will definitely help with whatever ailment that you have.
I've heard that a lot. And I have personally not ever tried it, but
I haven't either, but maybe one day. Maybe with this I will. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So someone with severe pain is going to really look for a topical. Sometimes I don't want to smoke, and sometimes I don't have time to eat an edible because I'm not sure when it's going to kick in.
Right.
Exactly.
So I just need something I can rub on, get it soaked in, and go about my day.
Nice.
And for me, those products work the best.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
You said you created it yourself, so do you want to say a little bit about that process? Where did it start at?
Well, I started the business selling clones.
Okay.
And then the gentleman that I did that for, he just kind of had some trim.
Yeah.
And it was like, see what you can kind of do with it. So I would play around with it.
That's cool.
At my home kitchen. And I'm a patient first and foremost.
Right.
And so I wanted to find something. I'm like, I'm going to make myself something. I can't find anything. I've got this. I'm going to make it. So I just started cooking everything. I infused everything. I have a whole rack in my house. It has oils, sugars, beer salt, regular salt, water-soluble powders from THC to just CBD. I have it all, tinctures.
That's cool.
Like if you have too much THC in my cooking, I have CBD to bring you down.
Nice.
That's
Like
awesome.
I have it all. Like I
That's
want to heal people with food, with topicals.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
amazing. That is amazing. You're going to have to let me come and see that.
Yes, you should come by. Let me cook for you, and I will infuse everything. And the great thing is I try to find a way where you can't taste it.
Nice.
So I watched a lot of those shows on Netflix or whatever.
When you said the cabinet, that's what I envisioned was their cabinet.
That is how I learned to make water-soluble powder.
That's cool.
Wow.
Like, so easy, y'all. I'm going to tell you. coconut oil in your flour after you decarb it, cook it for a little bit, and you have your coconut oil after it's done. Then you get tapioca flour,
Okay.
pour it in there, run it through a screen, and let it dry. And then when I tell you can infuse anything with that, and it's tasteless. Now, if you put a lot in it, you're going to taste
Right.
the green, the chlorophyll probably. But
That's
you can
cool.
infuse anything. You
Wow.
can sprinkle a little bit in your coffee, your water bottle.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Infuse
cool.
it all.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
right.
like, infuse it all.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. No,
That's
so
awesome.
Like,
cool.
I want to feel better.
Right.
I want to be able to function without masking during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool that you made the products yourself and you've
Yeah.
done all that research and stuff like that. I find that really interesting.
I think I got off topic of the salve. I'm
No.
sorry.
No,
It's
you're
a little
good.
bit about you, which I think is cool for the patients to know because
Absolutely.
it shows that you're really invested in this and it's not like just a product for you. Like it's literally your lifestyle.
It is. It's how I have to live my life. I needed to find a way that I could medicate without feeling like I wanted to take my own life.
Right.
You know,
I get
so
that.
and I do feel so much better. I can function during the day. Now, my dad probably was one that had to learn that it wasn't just me needing to get high.
Right.
It was like, what? Look at all these things that she has done, and yep, she is high as a kite. But he doesn't understand that it's not the same. Like, I can go and smoke a joint, and it doesn't do the same for me as someone whom I would consider normal.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it brings me to a focus. It brings me back to whom I am, who I can be,
Yeah.
and I'm not all over the place. I can kind of focus for a moment. Now, I still do like to get unwind and
Right.
unfocus for a minute too, but
Right.
Right.
but it's just nice to show people that you can medicate with marijuana, and it's not just about getting high.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. 100%.
I'm blessed. I have my aches and pains. I'm 41. I'm going to try this cream. I'm so happy to have some now. I'm so excited. So big shout out to Doobies for
Yeah.
taking some of
Yes,
Miss
thank you
Ashley's
so much.
product.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'm excited
Yeah.
to try it for
Let's
the
throw
aches and
that
pains.
Boswell, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doobie's
Boswell.
Flower Shop.
Yes. If you have not seen
Yes.
the previous videos,
Super cute little shop.
it is.
It is. It's
It
a
is.
shop.
And a wonderful staff.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
100%.
yep, he's growing and building something really good there in that
Yeah.
little small town.
He is. He is. It's
been
cool
exciting
see.
to watch.
We saw. I mean, it had a great flow. While I was there, had a
Yeah.
great flow of people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of people from outside around the
Okay.
town comes into.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But you have been talking about trying this for months now, I think.
Yeah. I was following you on Facebook for a while, and I'm always looking for anything that will help my husband. Like, yeah, his back pain is real. So I'm excited for him to try it, and I'm excited to try it for my aches and pains. But yes, I've been wanting to meet you for a long time. So
well, I'm so glad I got to come and meet you
I
guys.
am too. I am too. So I think it's wonderful what you're doing, and I admire women and people in general who really have the heart for the patients and want to bring the best quality flower to them. And so that's what we try to do here. We're small. You're very small. You're doing a lot.
I'm very small. I am me. And I do have my husband, and my family does the heavy lifting for me. But when it comes to that product itself and all into it, it's me.
That's
That's
it.
cool.
So
You said you made your logo and everything, right?
everything. I made the logo. I made the recipe.
That's cool.
I pour the jars. I hand pour jars.
Yeah.
I made the label myself.
Uh-huh.
I print them myself. I stick them on. My husband does help me stick on because I got him his card, his credential card to come help me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah,
That's cool.
That's really cool.
I really, it's a wellness product.
Right.
When you have a wellness product, you want someone that is going to pour their love into every single. So, a part of me is in everything, and I believe that I am a healer, and I believe that that's what that is.
Yeah,
So,
Absolutely.
I agree with that 100%.
Oh, I'm so excited.
This is cool. Yeah,
That's
no.
cool.
I like that I can pronounce every ingredient on here.
Yeah.
Man.
That's exciting.
Yes.
That's what
Yeah.
I like to see. I like to see, more natural approaches to things, and this is a very natural approach.
Well, I don't like to go. I mean, I want to find something that really works for my wrinkles on my face, but I can't read half of the things on there.
Right.
But I can read something that says coconut oil.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
so it's just, you really want to be aware what you're putting on your skin if you're
Absolutely.
really trying to be on the scale of wellness.
Right.
Yes, castor oil
Castor oil
is amazing
is an
for your
amazing
face.
thing.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's amazing
You've
for your
been telling
face.
me about that one. I
Eyelashes.
gotta start
They
using
say
it.
for
Mhm.
eyelashes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All the
That's
stress in my life, I've developed bags and, cigarettes, genetics, all of that stuff. But they're going down.
Yeah.
I've been using castor oil for about a year and a half, 2 years now,
Okay.
and I'm not consistent.
Not.
No.
Yeah.
I
I mean, sometimes I wash my makeup off, sometimes I don't.
It
It depends on how
happens.
tired I am.
It
I just
happens.
crash.
it
So,
happens.
Right.
Yeah, I feel you there. And piles of laundry, and the house gets backed up, but
I think that's everybody's life.
Yes.
it definitely is if you're busy for sure.
Right.
But the family helps where they can, but there's just a lot.
Yeah.
Life's happening.
Right.
So
100%. You said earlier, not on camera, but you said you're from Lawton, right?
Am born and raised.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, my grandmother is the first generation there, I think, that moved from Texas. And then we've been there ever since. My dad is a business owner. He's an electrical contractor in the town. He does
Awesome.
mostly commercial,
Nice.
like a well-known.
Yes.
And he's really been probably mine and my brother's prime example. We're all business owners in some
That's
sort. And
cool.
so he's kind of been the person we look up to, the person we
Right.
ask questions. He's very smart.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's cool. It's cool that your family has stayed there too.
Yeah.
yeah,
We do love it there, and we love Medicine Park. That's what
Yeah.
we were talking
Medicine
about too.
Park is beautiful.
Park. If you've not been, you should go.
Yes.
Just take your shoes off.
Yes.
Go walk around by the waterfall. It's a place that you can partake in. You can smoke on the streets in Medicine Park. So
Nice.
that's something that they allow you to do, but not on Mount Scott. It's federal property.
No smoking on
No
the mountains.
smoking on Mount Scott. But definitely, but Medicine Park has its own just vibe.
Yeah, it does.
It's definitely if you've never been, definitely stop by and check
Yeah.
it out.
I'll
very
have
healing.
to. I have not
yeah,
been.
it is very healing.
Yeah.
I got to
Really?
go. Yeah, I got to do a breathing exercise there before, and it was extremely
Oh,
healing.
that's
Yeah,
amazing.
it was beautiful.
cool.
It was absolutely beautiful. Much needed for the soul.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah,
That's awesome.
for sure, for sure.
And the food's good there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a Long John Silver's.
In Lawton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's where
We
we
do.
went.
yeah,
It was
and
good.
it's good.
Do y'all not have one?
We do, but Lawton's is good.
Yeah, Lawton's is really
Okay.
good. We rang the bell there.
Yeah, we ring the bell.
Okay. Yeah, it was really good the last time we had it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people talk about it all the time on Facebook. Like, is Long John Silver's open or what? What's happening?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then we went to a Captain D's
Yes.
not so long ago. You
yeah,
tried it.
that was the first time I've
We
ever
used to
been.
have one. We don't have one of those anymore.
I
Really?
found one. Where do we find that one?
It is in Tulsa, over there by the. I think it's off Admiral because that's the Admiral drive-in movie theater.
So we've been spending a lot of time in Tulsa.
Yeah.
But I haven't. Maybe we haven't been spending that much time. We didn't know that was
Yeah.
there.
Captain D's.
I feel like I spent a lot of time in Tulsa and I have no idea. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I really like I really like the vibe in the art district downtown there.
Yeah, for sure.
I do.
Tulsa's got it going on.
It does.
Yeah.
It's so, I always say it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
I know that there's probably places on art, but everywhere I've been and the events that I've been a part of
Right.
have just been beautiful, which is where we met. It was at an event.
Yes.
It was.
So, yeah.
Yep, it was.
Yeah.
Miss Randy Kay.
Yes,
Yeah.
Miss Randy Kay.
We love you, Randy Kay. Yeah, she had a great event.
Yeah, she
It
did.
was
It
a
was a
great
beautiful.
turnout.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a beautiful event. She always does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to send some stickers and stuff up for the yoga. I don't do yoga.
Yeah.
No.
You can still send merch for the merch bags, though.
Yeah.
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 I need to reach out to her about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to do that.
I went. I didn't yoga this time, but I kind of sat in the background, took a few pictures, and my body wasn't ready to yoga that day.
Yeah.
Fair.
And it was the weather. We literally the night before, my daughter was swimming in our hotel pool. It was 80 degrees. We woke up the next morning, it was like 30.
Oh
The
gosh.
temperature dropped. Everybody came in. All we had were shorts and tank tops and a t-shirt. So we froze.
Yeah.
So I didn't yoga. I wrapped up in Josh's t-shirt he gave to everybody, and I was like, burn.
Aw.
So
Oh
it was
man.
fun though. Like I enjoyed watching everyone do their own healing thing and all the different giggles from all the different friend groups that
Yeah.
were there. It's just cool sometimes. I'm not much of a people watcher because I kind of get weirded out when someone's watching me. So I try not to stare too much, but it's cool to kind of listen to their giggles,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, I'm a
Right.
people watcher. I love.
Yeah, and then they were all
Just having
medicating in
fun.
their own way. The yoga instructor, she's a processor.
That's cool.
Oh,
Honor
cool.
Brands.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got to meet her. She does bath bombs, and then
Mhm.
she's got some really. I haven't seen them in person, but there was a little card in there, and it had some joints and
Yeah.
pre rolls and the blunts.
I was gonna
were
say,
beautiful.
don't they have big
look like
blunts?
the rose petals.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't seen. I want to see one. I just want to smoke one just to see how it is. But
Yeah.
it was really neat. So it was cool that she did the yoga and that she had.
That's
So she is a healer as well. So it's nice to know that.
Yeah.
So.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's
That's
what's cool
awesome.
about this industry is it is a bunch of people that are just in it to heal people, and I love that because I'm like the intention is so there, it's so good that like the medicine like shows that too, you know?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep. And in so many different ways.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Beautiful plants.
Yes.
Your plants are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That is all Joe.
Okay. Well, you
That
told
is all,
Joe
Joe.
that his plants are beautiful.
He will be watching this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
he
Joe,
does.
your plants are beautiful. I bumped.
Oh, it's all right.
I did too, so I'm moving mine, so we'll go back.
Bumped it with my name. I talk with my hands, and that's why I've really been fidgeting with this thing. I'm like, really hard.
That's why we have them. We're all fidgeters.
Yeah, just helps that I've been playing with mine. I just
Yeah.
pull on it just a little bit, twist it a little bit, like it helps.
It does help. It does help.
Yeah, I went through a couple of episodes without it,
Yeah.
but
Yay.
What made you think to get them after that? Just because the people were touching the things?
oh no, I got these before we did the first show in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was literally in Walmart and they had them marked down for $1. And I was like, oh, they're so cute. And so I opened one up. I felt it. I was like, that's cute. And so I grabbed one for my grandson and then one for each one of my kids. I was like, that's cute. So I'm walking. I'm like, Daniel. He's like, what? I'm like, we could use those. I'm going to find a way to use those. By the time we walked out of Walmart buying every single one of them that they had, I had it. I was like, that's going to be for our guests so that
Yeah.
they can fidget. So then we
It helps.
It does.
help.
it helps.
It does. Because you never realize how nervous you're going to be before it.
Right.
It's like the 1, 2.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys, had to take a little break, but we are back. So yeah, so we were going to talk about. Ty had a question for you.
Yeah, I want to know a little bit more about why you started it. So I know you said it was a personal journey. So what about your personal journey did you start it for?
So I have a lot of shooting pains. So
Okay.
my spine is fused, L4 L5 and S1, and that's basically like the middle of your back. And so I have a lot of these shooting pains. It's my sciatic probably is pinched a lot, but it just shoots down my legs and makes the bottom of my feet numb, kind of like neuropathy. Never been diagnosed, but essentially I have this tingle on my feet. And I really just needed something that would just relieve the inflammation and wherever it was that I was hurting, whether it be my hips or my legs or the bottoms of my feet. And like I said, I wasn't finding anything on the market that was really helping me. And I just started kind of playing around in the kitchen and figuring out what was going to get rid of the inflammation.
Yeah.
I knew if I could get rid of the inflammation, I was going to be fine.
Yeah.
Because that's really what causes your pain. Because your everything is just
Pushing up
swollen and
against.
everything's pushing up against everything else. Yeah. And so if you can reduce that part. But yeah, I really just needed something that would just help me with the shooting pains down my legs.
Okay. So were you using cannabis prior?
I have been a cannabis user since I was 14.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
I guess legally since I got my card in 2019. I am a patient first and foremost.
Nice.
I medicate fully. I eat it, I smoke it, I drink it, I rub it on, I bathe in it.
That's cool.
Sometimes if I'm having a really bad day, I'll dollop a daisy of the bathtub with me and put it in my water because I haven't quite made a soak yet, but maybe that would be something else I could try. But sometimes I just like to take a bath when I'm having a hard day. And if I don't, and I do rub it on after my bath too, but it really gets in everywhere, every pore, everywhere when it's in the bath water.
So this one you put in the bath?
I put both.
Really?
You could if you only have the salve, your warm water, you're gonna run it in there and it's just gonna melt.
That's
because
cool.
It melts to touch.
Yeah.
And then you can take that one and do a little squeeze.
That's cool.
So how much would you say you would need to use for an average size bathtub?
Just for one person, literally just quarter size.
Really?
Quarter
Just
size?
to rub in your water. Yeah.
That's cool.
But you're also going to know that the salve is going to go a very long way, and a little goes a long way. You're going to put a very little in your hand because it really, and then you can really rub it in, and it's going to spread. And what I love about the salve the most is, to me, I feel like it just sticks to my bones. You know, when I'm really hurting bad, you want something that's going to stick to you.
Yeah, for sure.
So
That's cool.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
So you just decided to do it yourself.
I did.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Had you made any things like that prior, or
No.
this was just your first? You're just
No,
I'm gonna do it.
I was a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
Are you a homesteader?
I want to be.
That's cool. Heck yeah.
I keep telling my husband I want goats. And now might have found me some goats for sale.
Yay!
But my dad has some land, and we have our own of 10 acres on that land, and so we could homestead it.
Nice.
I would love to do it all. That's why I kind of tried to grow I grew some tomatoes in my backyard one year, trying to see if I could have a green thumb. Questionable. I can grow tomatoes.
Nice.
Pretty good, but I don't know that anything else really grew. Because I planted quite a bit of things, cucumbers and things.
No.
Maybe one. I think I got one or two. That's right. But I did cut it up, put it in the pickle juice jar, and it was really good. He ate it.
Nice.
So,
That's cool.
Yeah, my problem with gardens, I've tried. I just forget.
I can't grow,
I
but I can
can't.
cook you anything.
Heck yeah.
That's good. That's good. I don't even like to cook. Like,
I
I'm
enjoy-
useless. I could
It's
do
kind of a love
business.
language for me, I think.
It's what?
It's like a love language for me.
Same.
It's-
I love food.
I love people. I want to take care of them. I want to
That's
heal
awesome.
them. And I don't know how to do that. So let me feed you.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know how to heal you. Let me rub something on you. I don't know. Let me put my hands on you and talk to the universe about you.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, let me do that for you. I don't know.
Right.
That's cool.
That is really cool. Like a superhero.
I call it a healer.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think we're all healers, and especially the ones that are still sticking it out in our industry.
Right.
You know, the ones that are
Yeah.
really out here. Let's heal ourselves now.
Right.
Now that we know who's going to be here, let's heal ourselves.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And let's work
beautiful.
together while we're doing it.
That,
Let's
Yeah.
find great products that we can work together, stand
Yeah.
together, and heal people.
right.
So.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love it.
Yeah. Me too.
So where can we find your product?
So I'm in Boswell
Yes.
as of yesterday at
yeah.
Doobie's Flower Shop. I'm also in Paws Valley at the Bee's Knees.
Nice.
I'm in Afton at the Higher Health. I always get that one confused. That is the most amazing shop. If you've not been to Afton, Oklahoma, and seen Brian, he makes RSO and mushroom capsules
That's cool.
for different ailments. Some for
Wow.
Awake, some for Thrive. I just kind of told him how I was feeling that day, and he picked out the ones that I
cool.
am a huge fan. But I like that it has a low dose of RSO in them.
Yeah. That's
Where
cool.
is that at?
On Grand Lake.
Okay.
I'm talking, it's okay. So from my grow to his door is 5.5 hours.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I don't have a grow. From my processing kitchen to his dispensary was 5.5 hours.
Nice.
Wow.
So
That's a far drive, though.
it was, but man, it's a really neat shop.
Yeah.
They have the customer base is huge. I mean, it was flowing.
That's good.
When I did my very first delivery, I sat in the back for 45 minutes because when I tell you it was like ding, 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 he could not help me. The kid that was running it, he just said, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "It's okay." I just played on my phone while he did whatever
Right.
he needed to do, but it's a cool shop. Anyway, so
That's awesome.
That's
That
in
is cool.
Afton.
Yeah.
Let me get off on a tangent. Sorry.
No, that's
then,
good. You support them.
In Tulsa, I'm at Lifted Relief.
Nice.
Awesome.
Oklahoma City, Velvet Tiger.
Oh, love them.
Elgin, Bee's Knees. Duncan, there's 2 Bee's Knees in Duncan. I'm in both of those, and I'm also in Oklahoma Native Roots.
Nice.
Lawton, I am at Sugar Shack, Hootie's Enchanted Garden, and Bee's Knees. Bee's Knees has 5 dispensaries. They are amazing medicinal shop. That's one thing I do like about them. They do make a lot of fresh baked eddies.
That's cool.
So you can go get a fresh baked edible, which has always been a dream of mine. Like,
Right.
Right.
so
Yeah.
applause to them because they're doing it.
That-
So I have to go from Lawton. I have to think about it like this. So Lawton, Elgin, Duncan, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Afton, Paws Valley, and now Boswell.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That is
So-
cool.
Very nice.
That's cool. It's cool to see, especially you said you make, from your logos to your labels to everything, and you've gotten that far of I don't even know what to call it, but you got that many dispensaries. You're doing good.
Like that far of a reach,
Yeah, that.
It
Thank
really takes. I don't know. It just takes someone believing in what you're doing, and word of mouth. Really good content. Content has been when you're 42, content is new. You don't really think, oh, I need it. But if you think about it, you've been watching commercials your whole life.
Right.
So that's pretty much what we're making at our commercials.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's been interesting. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
But
It's a fun journey, the content creating.
it is.
It's one of my favorite parts.
And that's what you do. Right?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite
Yeah.
parts.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What would you say are your top usage for it? I know you said pain, this says
like other
arthritis.
uses.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, can you ask me that in a different way? My brain was not processing that. So, I had a tooth pulled.
Okay.
And they tell you to take Tylenol. Well, Tylenol doesn't work sometimes when you're that much pain. I rubbed that salve on my face, and I
smart.
kept it on my face. And when you get your tooth pulled, your ears hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a little bit, and I tucked it down in my ear.
Nice.
So, and then I would rub it in the back of my ear just because my face hurt after having that tooth pulled. When you have menstrual cramps for women, you're going to rub it on your tummy and your back and put it inside your belly button and wrap that heating pad around
That's
you,
cool.
and it's gonna at least ease those up a little bit.
Yeah.
It is not a pain pill.
Right.
I have a lot of people say, well, it didn't work like the pain pill. Well, it's not a pain pill. It's
Right.
never gonna, a pain pill does nothing but tell your mind you're not
Mhm.
hurting. It's actually not helping your pain.
Right.
This is going to actually help your pain,
Yeah.
I feel like. So,
Yeah, I've always had it explained that the endocannabinoid system, when you trigger it to start healing, it triggers everything else to actually heal itself. Where medicine, like you said, it tells your brain that you're not in pain, but you still are in pain. It's blocking that receptor.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just shutting that off.
Yeah.
Thank you for. I don't always know the correct
Yeah.
terms. My brain doesn't always do that, but yes.
Yeah. That's cool. That's why I like natural medicine.
Yep.
Yes.
It actually heals it.
It does, and you want healed because. When I first started smoking heavily after I stopped taking, because I had back surgery in 2014, I stopped taking my pain pills cold turkey 2015.
Nice.
I've been medicating marijuana since.
Nice.
And there are some days that nothing helps.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can rub everything on. I can smoke. I can eat edibles. I can take baths. I can heat pad. It's just a bad back day.
Right.
And nothing but natural medicine, I have an amazing chiropractor and I have an amazing massage therapist that I see every 2 weeks that keep me on my feet. If I always tell them, if you can help me up and just get me on my feet, I'm good.
Right.
It's just the muscles and the everything to use to get up is
Yeah.
what I have a problem with. I don't know if it's arthritis from the surgeries and like scar.
Right.
I have a lot of scar tissue, but breaking that up is painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if you've ever, so painful, but definitely I try to do all the natural things. The chiropractic, the moving of my muscles and body, and the massages, and then the topicals. So.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, it is. That is really awesome.
And a lot of people don't use, well, I guess chiropractic is getting more popular, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I tried to get a chiropractor to start using CBD once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My husband's chiropractor, so he got shingles. And we were in his office one time and he was on a scooter and CBD guy came through and talked him into utilizing it.
That's cool.
And he started walking on that foot again.
Heck yeah.
He carries
Wow.
the CBD. I don't think
That's
he
cool.
uses THC, but he does use. I'm
Right.
like, hey, I actually
works.
bought
Yeah.
some tincture from him once.
That's cool.
I was trying to heal myself at the time. I was trying to find a way,
Right.
and I did
Right.
start with CBD first.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah. There's a lot of different cannabinoids that actually help that don't have to be all psychoactive or anything like that.
Yeah.
CBD is a really good one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I know that some people that may not like to feel the psychoactive effects of THC, I noticed that there is THC in here. Would they feel that psychoactive effect?
I would say no.
Yeah.
No,
Probably not.
you're not gonna get a head change. You're not
Good.
gonna get a body high. You're simply gonna get just some relief,
Yeah.
to be able to get comfortable in your chair that night, or be able to fall asleep, or to be able to stand on your feet. If you're a nurse, you can rub it down the bottoms of your legs, the bottoms of your feet. You got a night shift, rub it on
Yeah.
before you go, because you're gonna need something.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a nurse's aide for
Yeah.
a few years, and I know, that night shift is awful.
Yeah.
Your feet hurt.
My girlfriend
Yeah.
works the night shift.
Okay, yes, so
She's
yes.
always in pain, poor girl. I'm like, we got to get you something.
Yeah.
Something else besides just smoking it, because you need that extra medicinal
Even
part of
rubbing,
it.
soaking in the bathtub with it. I always say, soak in the bathtub with it. That's always my
Yeah.
way of when I can't find a spot that's soaking in the bathtub.
Yeah,
And as hot as the water that your body can stand.
right.
because everybody's different. My husband says I melt people's faces off with my showers, but I think it's just kind of warm. It could be hotter. I mean,
I agree.
You said you took pain medicine for a year, right?
I started seeing the I don't know what they're called, but the doctor that does your back surgery.
Mhm.
I probably saw him for almost 2 years before I finally let him convince me that if I didn't do it, I was going to be in a wheelchair because my spine was broken and I had floaters. And what he was afraid of is they were going to slice my spine. So I was on pain pills that whole time. I was on Percocet 10s and 350 milligram somas. And I probably ate 120 a month I was in a lot of pain, so I would it numbed it.
Yeah.
And then I saw a picture of myself one day.
Yeah.
And I always smoked marijuana, so I thought people probably just think it was something different.
Yeah.
But I just decided that I didn't want to look like that anymore. I knew that my body still hurt really bad,
Right.
and I needed to find a way to heal it
Right.
and not mask it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of masking. I'm ready to be who I am.
Yeah.
And all the things.
Yes.
So
that whole-
and so it was time for me to find a way to heal myself.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. A lot of people are starting to use plant-based medicine versus the pharmaceuticals, which I think is phenomenally beautiful because the more that we can get away from those, because those just get you on a vicious cycle. I've seen it in my family. It just get you on a vicious cycle of it's hard to get off of it once you start them.
I liked them.
Yeah.
Because they did tell me that I didn't hurt, but by the end of the evening when I would go to bed at night, I probably took another one to go to sleep because I hurt so bad. And then, Lord, I'm very blessed to have woke up every morning. Because when I tell you that a human body shouldn't consume that many pain pills and muscle relaxers, it probably wasn't until I got with my husband, until I started recognizing, and he never pointed it out. His face probably pointed it out, but he never said anything to me. But I mean, I just started recognizing things.
Yeah.
And I knew, it was my choice. One day I was like, I'm not going back to that doctor. I'm not going to, because he was just, I would go back because I still have pain. So something was still wrong.
Right.
And he was still giving me the meds. So probably for a total of 4 years, I was taking pain pills and muscle relaxers.
Golly.
So I'm just very lucky
Yeah.
that I'm here. And maybe that's why my family's okay with the marijuana.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe I've just shown them that you can be educated
Yeah.
and it can be a way to get the relief of pain, the relief of mental health. Because when I'm having a bad mental health day, I'm like, I need a 5-minuter. And I go and I have a little joint, and usually I come back in. But for your family, that's hard because you just overreacted of a situation. You got in there and smoked, and guess what? You're fine.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not fine.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's been a learning curve for everybody. I think the marijuana has been good in my family because I do believe pain pills send you in a mood.
Yeah.
If you don't have them or if you haven't taken one in a minute, you get this mood and you're in a bad mood.
Right.
Yep.
And it messes with everything chemically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because once you go off of them, then you want to try to figure out your mind, and then you try to figure out pharmaceuticals of depressant meds.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to be around anymore because you think, I'd rather it be better if I'm not, because this is crazy that I have to take all this medication.
Yeah.
And I just feel so much better being on a natural plant that is made in the ground.
Yeah.
And I can smoke it or eat it or rub it on
Yeah.
and feel better
Yeah.
As it was given us to do so.
as it was.
Exactly.
As it was.
Yep.
Yeah, I really relate to the mental health, so I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm a better person now that I've started to smoke marijuana than I was ever before. I think I still have my down days, but I can navigate them a little bit better, and can get a clear head with smoking. Like you said, you just take your 5 minutes. Sometimes you got to be really careful though, because you don't want to react prior. But
Right.
you got to go take your 5 minutes. But I definitely understand that, and I think that that's why I got into this, is because I seen what I had to go through all my life, and that's what they pushed on. Even as a kid, they pushed antidepressants, anti-anxiety medicine on all of us. But then you say a natural plant or like changing up your diet or something, and it's like crazy. It's taboo to them, and I'm like, this is helping me, and it's coming from the ground. Like, why are you judging me?
Well, so my parents are parents of the 50s, and there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spank you
Yep.
and make you fear me until you have masked yourself so much. And my parents are loving, they were great family, but they didn't know that maybe there was something wrong with me. There's nothing
Right.
wrong with me,
Right.
but
You're just
maybe
unique.
she's different. They always
Yeah.
tell me, I've always heard you've always been different. I am very different because maybe not medically diagnosed, but autistic and ADHD, and I've had my butt busted so many times. I've learned to sit. I bounce my leg a lot. So
Yeah.
when you gave me this was great. Like, I've never seen this before. I'm learning new things.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I think if my family knew how to handle me, I wouldn't have the mental health issues I do.
Right.
Because when you spank someone who doesn't understand why they're being spanked, it hurts them.
Right.
It hurts.
Yeah.
And I think my daughter has, man, does she put a, she is, I think I would like to think that I've changed a lot because she has shown me who I am. She is me a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just learning yourself. But
Yeah, that's cool.
I think if our parents could have known how to deal with this, maybe we wouldn't have such mental health issues. But I am glad we have the plan to be able to.
100%.
Yeah. It will help you get your brain organized, like y'all said, but that's a lot of inside work too.
Yeah. it
You
is.
gotta be in the mindset and ready to do that.
Yeah. 100%.
And nobody understands what you're doing. And sometimes your family thinks that you're attacking them when you're like, well, maybe if you would have tried to learn to know that maybe I might have been on the spectrum, you would have known while I was throwing myself on the ground, screaming and kicking, and we could have learned how to deal with those things.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not saying anything against it because my family didn't know how to deal with that.
Right.
Right.
But it is nice to know that in this time we could have healing of different kinds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
There's a lot more education out there.
yes,
for
there's
it.
so much more, and people are so much more open to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes though, when you do talk about medicating with marijuana, it can stop a conversation, unfortunately, just because they're not educated.
Right.
And that's the one thing I always tell people, please read up on CBD. That's one thing I'm like, if you're worried about the THC, the psychoactive parts, I get that. But read up on CBD, get some education on those things because it can be definitely beneficial.
For
Absolutely.
Sure. For sure.
Well, I am excited. I know I've said that probably 10 more times.
Yeah. It's an exciting product. It's exciting to see, other than just consuming it, through smoking it, there are products out here like this. And these ones are, less scary, I guess, for somebody that is still has a weird stigma on it. So they could try something like this, not get that psychoactive effect, but still get that relief. And they're more prone to not be scared of cannabis anymore. That's why I love these products, because even my grandma, she was super against cannabis. She was like, the devil's lettuce, And then she started to use a topical because she has tremors, and she noticed that she stopped shaking. And she started with CBD, and she was like, Ty, that stuff works. And I was like, I told you, girl, you don't have to get high. You can just get relief.
Yes.
So
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
It's amazing how the things in the nature
Yes.
work.
Yes.
Yeah, I have one little old man in Lawton that he has a Navy hat. I wish I could remember his name, but he'll stop me in Walmart and tell me that he likes my salve, that it works for him, and he does not smoke, and he doesn't do all those things, but he likes my topicals, so
That's adorable.
he's cute.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that are, our age and older that would benefit from this in a lot of different areas of Oklahoma.
For sure. For sure.
But getting out there and meeting all of these dispensaries is a chore.
It very much.
It's hard.
It is
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. So hopefully through videos and
Yes.
sharing and all of that, we can get the information to the patients, because I do believe there is a lot of them out there that could benefit from this product.
100% agree.
So,
Yeah, we definitely just let's share it away on all those
Yes.
platforms. We'll get it
Yes.
shared as much as we can on my personal, my business. My husband will share it. I have some friends.
Absolutely.
It's not always your friends that share for you, though. That's
Sure.
the one thing you notice. But you have those select few that don't mind sharing for you.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Right.
guys have a Facebook page, you say?
Yes, it's under Smoking Hot Salve on
Nice.
Facebook. It's Smoking Hot Salve LLC on Instagram,
Nice.
and then Ashley Harrell on Facebook.
All right, so we were right there at the end and realized that the sound box down here had died.
Died.
Died. So you're going to see and hear or I guess just hear a difference in the sound between what you just heard and now, but we wanted to make sure you guys heard what Miss Ashley had to say, because it was authentic, it was real, and we just really appreciate you coming today.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, it was. We were right there at rolling out. So, thank you again for driving. I know I've said that 3 or 4 times,
Yeah, for
but
real.
it was really, truly a pleasure.
Yeah, it's worth. It's a little vulnerable, but it's worth being a little vulnerable to put yourself out there, because there's so many people that have my same story
Yep.
and are too scared to try to find a different outlet.
Right.
Yep.
100%.
Yep. And there is a way out.
There's
Yep.
what I always see. We can be sober. We can be clean from the things that are harming our bodies, and then putting things that are healthy and healing in
Yeah.
our bodies.
Yep.
Yes.
We need to find something that helps with some of the addictions that are advertised.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
For sure.
100%.
But you can kick that too, as I will.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we really appreciate all of you guys for your support and watching. And if you have a dispensary nearby and you would like to see Miss Ashley's products in there, let us know. And you can write us on Roll Time or reach out to Ashley. She gave her information a little bit earlier. You want to give that one more time?
Yeah. I'll just throw phone. You mean, how do you want me?
However you want them to contact you.
You can email me at ashes1457@gmail, or you can call me at 580-919-2059, only for business purposes, please. But yeah, reach out. I deliver my products to you, so let me know.
Are you good with texting?
I prefer text because I
Same.
am very, very busy. Sometimes I can't always answer the phone, so text is great because then I can go back and look at it later.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree with
Absolutely. Okay, so you guys heard it. Go out there and find you some product from Miss Ashley. Give us some feedback. We would love to hear what it's doing for you guys out there. I know Miss Ashley would love to hear some feedback and some reviews, 'cause she's putting her heart and soul into this. So we appreciate you guys, and as always, go to one of those local dispensaries pinned on the top of the Full Circle Growers page, grab you some Full Circle Growers flower, and put that in your pipe and smoke it. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Rolling it out.